Three times best-selling author and compiler, Ashley K. Pittman is the author of I Can Breathe Again. She has co-authored in two other best-selling collaborations, Miss CEO, Ain't No Plan B, and Turning Your Pain into a Weapon of Mass Destruction. Ashley recently released her new best-selling collaboration, Don't Struggle in Silence. Guess what? You're going to get to hear all about it right after this quick intro.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard all across the World Wide Web and also seen all across the World Wide Web. Welcome to those that are live with us from Facebook, my personal page, my business page, my Facebook group, Hey Girl, Hey, Coaching with That. Periscope, how you guys doing? Pump and give me some hearts. YouTube, we can't leave you out. And those that are hanging out on Twitter, we are excited to have you with us because you know the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we're going to do just that today. We know that all of the platforms are building and sending out messages saying, hey, the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show is live. And so let me greet some people that are coming on in. Hey, girl, hey, shout out to my mom, Betty Mitchell. Hello, Coach Andrea, Charlotte, North Carolina, coming in. Hello, Giselle. Hey, girl, hey, in the house. Thank you. Sharice, welcome. Hey, girl, hey, in the house. So we are excited. We're going to go ahead and jump right on in it. Listen, go ahead and share this out with a friend. I have my guest hanging out in the virtual green room. She's ready to come up to the mic. So let me tell you a little bit more about Ashley, who is actually backed by popular demand. She uses her platform, her books, her speaking, her mentoring to share her story and mission to make a difference in the lives of others. She is the CEO and founder of her publishing company, DSIS Publishing. And you know what is so powerful about Ashley is that she helps angel moms validate their feelings, affirm their new identity after loss, and uplift their self-esteem and position their story to inspire others. And if you don't know what an angel mom is, you're going to know before the end of this segment. Coming up to the mic right now, welcome back, Ashley. Hi. We are so excited to have you. Listen, we have people coming in from all over. Shout out to Ramona coming in from Richmond. Listen, shout out to comedian Wendy Lee coming in from Wakanda. Listen, Wakanda forever. Carlithia is coming in from Richmond. My sister, my blood sister, Kimberly is coming in from Richmond, Virginia. And so we have people all over just tuning in. And so I want to jump right on in and chat with you. And you know the movie, oh my goodness, basketball, loving basketball. No, hip hop, loving hip hop. Okay, wait a minute. One of them said, I'm mixing it all up. But one of them said, when did you fall in love with hip hop? Was that, no, that was Brown Sugar. Was that Brown Sugar?
Yes.
I mixed it all up. So I'm not going to ask you when you fell in love with hip hop, but I want to know when you fell in love with writing.
I fell in love with writing, really, honestly, after I lost my twins and I needed a way to release my emotions and my feelings. And I found writing as a way to escape mm-hmm. and lose myself and release so much, and really just helped me release so much. And granted, yes, I was married, but writing, I was still able to just speak and share whatever I wanted to, and didn't have to worry about no judgment or no lashback or anything. So yeah.
Wow. And so when you started writing, did you know that it would turn into a book, or were you writing more from a journaling, a therapeutic standpoint?
Therapeutic. Absolutely therapeutic.
Wow. And so at what point, and I want to, and yes, listeners, you did hear her say, twins, you lost at 7 months. You were 7 months pregnant. And so thank you for being, not kind of crawling under a rock, but being willing to share and, and talk about this and help other people. And so 7 months along the way, and we say lost, but we know they, heaven, they're angels. And that's where we get the term angel mom. Is that something you created, or is that like a common term just out in the society?
In the community, in the infant loss community, that is an actual term that we use for those that have experienced miscarriage or late-term pregnancy loss. We call ourselves angel moms.
Wow. And so as you were writing and it was therapeutic for you, and then you said, okay, now I actually need to publish this. And so was that the actual first book that you published?
Yes, my first book, I Can Breathe Again, was the first book that I published where I share my complete experience through depression, anxiety, grief, infidelity, becoming pregnant again. God, it was a lot. But that was my first book that came out March of 2019.
Wow. And so I Can Breathe Again. How did you come up with the title?
God.
Yeah.
When I finally got the ability to write my book, I literally had a moment to where I could breathe again. It felt like something literally was lifted up off of my chest, and it's like I was taking deep breaths for the very first time in a very long time. And that title came, and I ran with it. I absolutely ran with it.
So what do you say to people who have not experienced it, but maybe experienced loss? And in the day and age that we live in, there's a lot of different types of grief. So no longer are we just focused on not diminishing anyone's, the loss of a physical person. And there's so many different types of grief. What do you say to people who have not experienced it, but may have friends or family members, and they're like, I don't know what to say. What do I say? What do I do?
Yes. The most important thing that I found in my experience was that if somebody was just there, you might not know what to say, just knowing that you were there, that you were thinking about me, even if it's just to listen to me talk and you just listen. And just know that, and you didn't just walk away or was not afraid to call me because you didn't know how I was feeling. That is the most important thing in any grief, whether it's, job loss, you lost a loved one, because right now, what we're going through right now in this world, it's a lot of pain. It's a lot of, so just knowing that somebody understands, or that somebody at least care enough to be there.
Yes.
is so helpful. So helpful.
Collective, we're experiencing, I heard someone say collective trauma, through this pandemic and through a lot of the impacts that people have had, is that we are all as a society experiencing collective trauma. And let me just capture this comment from comedian Wendy Lee. Yes, a person's presence means everything. Just being there, if you don't even know what to say or do, just I'm here.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Wonderful. And so you have probably some tips that you could share with us if there are people that are listening that are saying, I'm actually experiencing grief. You might have a child that graduated from high school that didn't get a graduation, and they are grieving like, I didn't have the senior experience. Some people grieving, they didn't get a chance to have a conference, business owners, or a wedding, so that's the loss of not being able to experience something. Do you have a couple tips that could fit any of those griefs that people may be experiencing?
I would say to continue to communicate, continue to speak about how you're feeling, because if we have friends and family that don't know how we are feeling, they won't know to even be there, to even be present. Because a lot of times we will feel alone. Even still, a lot of us are still isolated, and we're like, oh, everybody feels this way. But some people can handle it better than other people. But then you might truly solely feel alone. So reach out to loved ones, friends, support groups, blogs, Facebook groups. Myself, I'm a mentor as well. There's other mentors that will be that support system that you need. Just that listening ear. I'm journaling, and also meditation to quiet your mind and to really work through like how you feel is very important as well.
All right, great. Such great advice here. If you're just tuning in, you're checking out the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, and we are here with our special guest, Ashley Pittman. And so I want to capture Miss Thomas's comments. Amazing. This is a new term to me. I am an angel mom. Thank you so much for being here, and as an angel mom yourself. So it was a new term to me as well, and so thank you so much for sharing that with us. And so is there, for those that are listening and will hear this at some point and they are an angel mom, is there a central place they can go? Is there, or do they just kind of see, is there a community that they can seek out?
Yes, so you can visit my website to get in contact with me, mentorship. See here, through my website, www.ashleykpittman.com. And you can also reach out to me through Instagram, Facebook at Ashley K Pittman. And I'm so happy to connect and support however I can.
All right, wonderful. So hopefully you all will be able to connect. Hello to those that are coming on in. We see you. Thank you so much from all across the world wide web. So what is powerful is that not only were you able to share your experience to help someone else, and people can pick up the book, the website, and pick it up also on Amazon. Again, I Can Breathe Again. But then you turned the tables and the writing kept going. And thank you for those that helped helped us figure out the correct name of the movie. Thank you, Sharice. Brown Sugar. That was what I was trying to guess. Brown Sugar was it. And so you participated in some other anthologies as a co-author. And so Miss CEO, Ain't No Plan B. Tell us about your chapter in that book.
Yes. So my collaboration that just released in May, it's called Don't Struggle in Silence. I am a victor, and I have a copy of it here.
Oh, yes. Show us.
Yes.
That's what the book cover looks like.
Yes. So this is what it looks like. You can find it also on Amazon as well. And some of the ladies they became new best-selling authors. And let's name a few of them. Miss Caressa Razonia, Shirley Elise, Datarsha Davis, Daedriana Hayes, Miss Dr. Janelle Jones, and Miss Shirley Elise. These ladies' stories are absolutely phenomenal, guys. And they absolutely was so vulnerable to share their story of pregnancy loss and healing. And we've gotten so many great reviews from it. And not a lot of people has done this around pregnancy loss and grief. And it's been so impactful already, guys. And it has just been such an honor to work with these ladies, and they trusted me with their story. It was awesome. It was really an amazing experience.
Right. So every single co-author experienced infant loss or child loss.
Yes, or a miscarriage or infertility. Yes, absolutely.
And listen, Ms. Thomas said, right place, right time, confirmation again. Yes, you are in the right place at the right time. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. And why do you think there is a stigma or it's taboo to talk about either infant loss or infertility or any of that? Why does that still feel like it's like, ooh, I don't want to talk about that?
Absolutely. I can very well speak to that. So when we as women, we're known to, are supposed to be able to bear children, but that's what we're made for. You know, that's what we're supposed to be able to do. And so when that is not the case, we begin to feel shameful. We begin to feel guilty, embarrassed. We begin to feel all these different kind of emotions. Therefore, we feel like we're broken. Something's wrong with us. So then we're afraid that somebody else might feel that same way. And if we're in a relationship, our spouse, our partner can, we will feel that they might feel that something, that we can't give them what they may desire, or as a couple, we should be able to, do together. But so that's why I feel like it's such a taboo topic, because we don't talk about it, because we become embarrassed and shameful. And therefore, if it's not talked about, how do people know about how do people know about it? How do people become informed about it? And the awareness of how detrimental it can be to a woman and to a couple that experience it. So that's why I feel like it can be such a taboo topic.
Yeah, and it's an impact for the whole, it's and not just the woman, it's an impact for the whole family, extended family, other children. Talk a little bit about that. And then we know the husband, there's an impact, or wife, there's an impact, but
yes. So when I lost my twins at almost 7 months pregnant, and I did not have any other children. Well, I now have a 1-year-old. So between my now 9-year-old and my 1-year-old, I've had a total of 5 miscarriages outside of the twin loss. So it was very hard being able to tell my children that I was pregnant and I'm not. And we just kind of, God, we really just, oh God,
wow. It's like, well, what do you say? How do you probably look back. That's one of those things that people, I don't know if you're faith-based or not, but people say, I look back and wonder how I got over. Like it's like, I don't even know how we explained it. I don't even know, how we got through it, got over it. And I want to shout out, my sister has, and she's shouting it out herself, so I'm not disclosing anything. She's telling it on Periscope that in 1993, she had a miscarriage as well, pretty far along. So that's an impact. So I have a niece, I guess I'm an angel auntie.
Oh,
that epiphany. I'm an angel auntie. Yes. So yeah, it's.
I'm sorry.
No, go right ahead.
The boys, like it's funny because when we lost the second miscarriage, I told the boys, I said, okay. I said, I had to not be so upset, but still explain to them that this baby went home with the twins. And that's kind of really how we talked about it, because they were aware about the twins and what had, they had brothers, sisters before them, but they were no longer here. So that's kind of what we did. But everybody kind of, do what's best for them. And, what I thought was very helpful too, is like, if you can find some kind of like educational pamphlet or a book that can relate some kind of way, that kind of make it not be as dramatic and kind of subtle. I think that would be helpful as well. But that's kind of what we did. We kind of relate, just told them about the twins are in heaven. So this baby went home with them, and they were like, okay, mommy, but they was young, they were young. And that's kind of how we moved through that. So we need more awareness when it comes to children, when it comes to, 1 minute, I got a baby brother or sister coming, but the next minute I don't. So thank you for that. That's okay. We got this. We're going to do
listen. Yeah, it's another way, something else that you can help support people with and through. And so I think that is, I hear you picking that up. So that's inspired. That's God inspired right there. And I think too, awareness for all of us or anyone that is associated with someone that may have experienced any of the things that we've talked about, just a heightened awareness. And so that's the goal of this show, is to motivate. We talk about a whole lot of stuff: motivate, excite, and influence. And so it influence people's thought process about different things. And some of you might be tuning in saying, well, this is not y'all are laughing and this is not a laughing topic. But what is powerful is that you, like you mentioned, you meditate, you journal, and you're now at a place of, I'm helping other women share their voice, because you come to a place, but then there's a place that you can't stay at the grief or at the loss. You move, there's movement. And so that's powerful. So one more time for those listening and saying, I want, the books that we've mentioned, tell the titles again and how people can buy them.
Yes. So the first book that we spoke about was this book, I Can Breathe Again. That could be found on Amazon. And the second book, which is the collaboration with the other women that share our pregnancy loss story, is called Don't Struggle in Silence. This can also be found on Amazon. I can be contacted through my website, and also to learn more about my mentorship and support at www.ashleykpittman.com. And then you can also connect with me on Instagram and Facebook, ashleykpittman.com. I'm saying my whole website. But my handle is Ashley K Pittman. And then I just started Twitter, which is Ashley, I know.
And I tagged you on Twitter, so some may be watching I tagged her on Twitter.
My Twitter handle is Ashley K Pittman and the number 1.
All right, there you go. So what we're going to do is take a quick commercial break. I'm going to let you hang out in the virtual green room and enjoy some virtual snacks. When we come back, I want to talk more about your Right to Heal mentorship. Also, you have an opportunity because you have volume 2 of, Don't Struggle in Silence that's coming out. So there may be some listeners who are angel moms and want to be a part of this. And then also a few tips for those that are aspiring to write just in general. We'll share that in this commercial break. So we'll send you back to the virtual green room. All right, listeners, welcome to all those again that have been popping on in. I'm your host, Sharvette Mitchell, the host of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. I work with female entrepreneurs and a few lucky men to help them build their online platforms and their personal brands so that they generate more revenue with an amazing online brand. And one of those outlets and one of the things, yes, intermission time, one of the things that we do is this show. And so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to be back with Ashley Pittman. All right. I'm excited to be a part of that Black Women Talk Tech commercial video presentation you just saw. That is happening this Thursday, Thursday, and I will make sure I have the information, the link that you can access that this Thursday afternoon. Shout out to Black Women Talk Tech, and I am a speaker for that. All right. So we're moving right back on in, bringing our guests back up to the mic. Welcome again to all those that are popping on in to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show that are watching live, or you might be listening from an Alexa device, iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify. All of those are our standard podcast stations, and certainly Sharvette.com. So let's jump right back on in, bringing back up to the mic our guest, Ashley Pittman, author, visionary author, speaker, mentor, all of that. And so tell us a little bit about Right to Heal, this mentorship program that you have.
Yes. So the mentorship that I have is helping women position their story to get their voice out after loss, and helping them be able to validate their feelings and be able to inspire the masses with their story and their experience. And the mentorship is a 16-week program, and we just we go through the process of writing your story, structuring your story, and then be able to publish it, and then begin to market it, and then be able to share it with the masses.
Okay, so how can someone find out and get connected with that mentorship program?
Yes, also you can find the information through my website at www.ashleykpittman.com.
All right. And so tied to that, of course, you've got, volume 1 out now, Don't Struggle in Silence. You have volume 2 coming out that you're actually in right now looking for contributing authors. So what made you say, okay, I've got to do volume 2? What was the catalyst for that?
Yes, because volume 1 went really well. And honestly, when I was doing the call for the first one, I had a lot of contributors. And so I didn't want to I didn't want it to be too big. So I wanted to separate it to still allow readers to be able to get through the book effectively, and still been able to really embrace the stories in the book. So now I still have some on my waiting list, but we still have a few more spots open. And so that's why volume 2 is coming about.
All right. So if you have, and it's female only, not men, right? Okay. So from the experience of the female, and any other stipulations, do they have to have written before? Do they, any stipulations?
Not at all, Sharvette.
Okay.
Because Angel Mom has a story, And it's your story. It's your truth. You can write about it. So it's your story. You ready to talk about it? You ready to share? You ready to put that foot forward? I'm ready to have you a part of this project.
All right, there you have it. So, your publishing company, you publish, are you able to help any kind of author, no matter what kind of story they have?
Correct. Yeah, I'm mostly focused around life stories, life experiences. But my publishing company is Don't Struggle in Silence Publishing. That's what DSIS is, stand for.
Okay.
So really, basically, my goal is life stories and life experiences. But I can provide other services as well if someone needs that, and if not, we can always refer you to someone else that's able to help. But that's what we're really focused around.
Okay, great. And Miss Thomas is saying I'm definitely interested. So you all definitely connect. All right, and Wendy, you're getting some moral support. Go for it from Wendy Lee, who is actually in one of my co-authors. So I have a book. We just finished editing. Editing is finished, and we're moving on to layout and typesetting and all of that. So Wendy Lee is here, one of my co-authors. Also, Coach Andrea may still be around, one of our co-authors. And if any of my other co-authors are here and maybe just listening, type hashtag co-author in the comments. And so I certainly am very familiar with really compiling people's stories and their journeys. And so I am excited about that. Shout out to LaShawanda Moore, who's listening in, has a new book out. LaShawanda, type your book title in the yes, type your book title in the comments for us. And so maybe 3 tips. 3 tips somebody's never written before, but feel the urge, feel the need to tell their story, whatever their story is. 3 tips that you have for new or aspiring writers and authors.
I would say, tell your truth. When it comes to telling your truth and writing your story, and it's something that you want to hold back, don't hold back writing it, because that's the very thing that needs to be in there. And I say that because as I was writing my book, my very first book, I was very nervous about sharing about the infidelity that I experienced in my marriage after loss. And I was like, okay, God, I don't want to share this. And I'm being very transparent here because it's what I experienced. And I know someone listening know what I'm talking about. So tell your truth. Don't hold back. Be patient. And I would say truly dedicate time to write your story. Dedicate time to write your story, because that's how it's going to get done. Because you can be like, oh, I want to start, but I don't have time. If you have to go to sleep earlier, if you have to go to bed, go to bed earlier, wake up earlier, cut off TV, you can write your book. You can write your book in the time that set time to write your book. It can absolutely be done.
All right. So the time will appear if we schedule the time. If we make it a priority. Shout out to LaShawanda Moore. New book, Recover, A Woman's Journey from Failure to Restoration. And then she's put the link there. You all can pick that up and check that out. She'll be on the show coming up soon. And so I love those tips because there is, and I think for anyone that's writing, do I share this piece? And I've definitely heard other authors say the struggle is, once you write it out, then when the book is in print and in your hand and you're like, did I really mean to say all of that? So perhaps those that are at that point, like the book is in hand, they haven't started promoting yet, and they're having that gut wrenching feeling of, should I have done that? Anything you would say that would settle them, talk them off the ledge?
I would say it's a part of the process. And Sharvette, as you said, I'm a very spiritual woman, and God is tugging on your heart for you to write this. Write it. Don't second guess yourself, because your story is somebody's God gift. Your particular story is going to keep somebody from not moving forward. So don't second guess yourself. It's a part of the process. It's very natural to feel that way, because before I hit publish and send to my publisher, I was like, do I want to send this? Is it time? And God said, push it. And I did. And when I got this book in my hand, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I did it. and the reward and the feedback that you get from someone reading your story and saying, you helped me so much, guys, it's priceless. What we go through in life is not for just us. It's for other people. Somebody that's listening to me right now and Miss Sharvette right now, we're changing somebody's life. We're changing somebody's life. So no, do not let that fear take control and mess with the destiny that God has for you.
All right, Wendy, do you hear that? She's, because again, one of the co-authors in my book, she was like, I feel that way. I definitely told too much, but what you told, and I have you intimately read your chapter. I know what you're talking about, but it's going to help somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to help somebody. And guess what? You might have to be okay with not knowing, but I guarantee you somebody's going to be somebody that's going to say that really touched me. Like you said, you all have had some testimonials from people, anything that you could share from any of the authors or anyone that has read the book that you all heard back from.
God, yes, so many. A lot of feedback that we've had is that it's a must read. If you've ever experienced pregnancy loss and you've ever felt alone, this is a must read. And I mean, so many that's been really coming in the past few weeks that literally have me in tears, because even though I write and I'm a writer, even still, sometimes I can even still second guess myself. And when as the testimonials come in and the hearts and great job, you did great on this, like it's like, oh. Awesome. Like that's us. We did that, and you know, it's been great, Sharvette.
And if it helps one person, like literally, if one person is helped or changed, that was enough for the whole entire book, like literally. LaShawan is saying, break the silence. People need permission to share and to know they are not alone.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
All right. Well, listen, we're out of time. One more time, all of your connection points for any of the books that you have available, and then also for someone that wants to be in volume 2, volume 2 of your book, and then also the mentorship program you have. Yeah.
So the mentorship, the support can be found on my website at ashleykpittman.com. If you want to do the collaboration, also you can connect with me through social media for the collaboration, through my social media handles on Instagram or Facebook at Ashley K Pittman, Twitter, Ashley K Pittman 1. But everything, all the connections you need, the collaboration, everything can absolutely be found on my website at ashleykpittman.com.
All right. Well, Ashley, it has been great chatting with you. Thank you for being back on the show. And we just wish you much more continued success. And we know that you're going to continue to do amazing things for people.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's been so amazing.
You are welcome. You are welcome. All right. Have a good day. All right, listeners, that is going to be a wrap. Thank you for all of those that checked us out live. And again, those that are hanging out with us at Sharvette.com, that's the main website for this show. So Sharvette.com is where you can go to listen to any of our past interview, listen or watch, or also know who's coming up in the next couple of weeks. That's where you can hang out at Sharvette.com. Also, we have sponsorship opportunities available for the show that you can find out about that at Sharvette.com. Again, I'm Sharvette Mitchell, the host of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, and I work with female entrepreneurs and a few lucky men to help them build their online platforms so that they generate more revenue with an amazing online brand. Thank you so much for all those that tuned in. Patricia said, hey, girl, hey. Getting claps from Wendy. Thank you so much. Thank you from my sister. Yes, thank you. Great show from my mom. Thank you, Miss Thomas. Thank you so much for being here. Yes. Awesome. We appreciate you. And guess what? We're gonna see y'all later on the web. We're gonna just let y'all go. Have the great rest of your day. Thanks again for checking out the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We'll see you guys later.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.